Alright, so I'm gonna make a pretender for a new a new game with a Disciples game with 3 players on each side. There's a catch though. I'm gonna be by myself because I'm really good at the game. Uh, joking. I am gonna be playing late age C'tis, and C'tis has a very powerful um, unit they call the Tomb Worm, which is uh, overpowered because you get them for free. You have a guy who summons them for free, and you can build 1.5 of these guys per turn. So the build that I'm gonna go with is gonna be all in on these tomb worms because they're ridiculously strong, and I'll just do a little bit of um, single player expansion to show you how this build works. So there's a couple key parts. One's to this build is Fortitude, Reforming Flesh, Fear, and Blood Vengeance. And the other one, everything else is kind of nice to have. I'm gonna take larger because I like having fatter snakes that benefit more from all these other things. That kind of synergizes pretty well. I've seen this build. A friend of mine put this is very similar build to this, but he took fire resistance and extra health, and slightly better scales. He took heat scales instead of cold. For example, you can take heat 3 instead of cold, and you get an extra 10% income. Um, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go completely all in on the things because I don't really care about my income. The only thing that I need is making more Keepers of the Tomb. So that's these guys here. They have Reanimator Priest, and they can make these Tomb Worms, which are completely broken. Um, and you'll see those later yourself. So, yep. I need 4 more blessed points, so I'll take nature. I'll take astral, so I can do gateway. I'll take air for so I can build a robe of the magi later, and we'll take fire so we can build the flame helmet. So my pretender basically gives me um, all the magic paths that I want, well, all the ones that are in the game, and I can use him to move around and magic search for every single site basically at once, which is going to be really helpful. And then when he's not doing that, he can craft key items that I need, and he can cast global. So that's going to be his job. I take dormant because I doubt anybody's going to be able to kill me within uh, 12 or 16 turns or whatever it is. So we'll take that, and we do okay. Now I actually have a pretender like this built already called Necropotence, so we'll stick to that for now. Uh, let's do a random map. I'll take some normal AIs. You can actually use this build to defeat even impossible AIs, and I'm not gonna do that, but I just have to enter my password, and we begin. So I'll just keep everything default and start. Um, so what this build does is basically spams guys that make tomb worms and waits until it gets a crazy amount, enough of them to just overwhelm everybody else. Tomb worms scale all the way into the late game. Reason being they have 50 health each, which means that you can't kill them with anything, basically. Only things like meteors can kill them in a single hit. Um, Even stuff like Wither Bones is not going to work well because you need a couple casts of Wither Bones. That they've nerfed it in Dominion 6. I'm pretty sure it was armor negating damage in Dominions 5, and in in Dominion 6 it's I think, well, let's have a look actually. Wither Bones. Yeah, magic resistance check for half damage. So they can resist it. Even if they don't, it's 16 damage. And they have 50 health each. So you have to. I guess I could build these guys, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess may as well. Make this guy my prophet. This guy just patrol. I don't really need a lot of research, but let's go for conjuration first. All right, so this is the magic. This is how you win the game. Boom! I've just won the game. So you cast you recruit these guys and you recruit the maximum number of them. I'm not gonna build any more of these other dudes because I need the. So they've all got poison resistance. So set these to fire. These guys I'll set them also fire. And these guys will hold an attack. And I'm just gonna keep them all in the big blob because if I was playing an actual, if I was playing against players right now, I'd probably put a little bit more effort into my Right, so I basically just spam this and win the game essentially. You'll see Tomb Worms shortly. I'm not gonna play this for very long. I just want to give you an indication of how strong they are. Heavy cavalry. Oof. So reanimate Tomb Worm. Can these guys beat them? How did I even lose all my poison slingers? Didn't get any kills. I guess I should watch that. That's kind of curiosity. Once I get lots of Tomb Worms, I can actually spam poison slingers, and Tomb Worms are completely immune to the poison. So that just, another very powerful little combo that can be done. Probably put these guys in a line. A sparse line. And it's kind of 50-50 if I can actually beat those. Maybe I should go back to base and grab some more guys. I'm not in a hurry whatsoever. Even get some more poison slingers. So cancel these. Get another one of those. Could reanimate Tomb Worm. Right. So this is the Tomb Worm. So for a free spawn, this is very, very strong. Very good stat line. Quite high magic resistance. So they can. Quite a few of them are going to be resisting the. Quite a few of them are going to be resisting the any counterplay like Wither Bones and that sort of thing. Get more of these guys and put some undead with the Tomb Worms. So I'll put the Tomb Worms right at the front. They're very tanky. They regenerate. They take half damage once they're blessed. and they have blood vengeance. These guys can fire on whoever's fighting them. So let's attack these blob of infantry over here. And of course, my scales are absolute dumpster fire, but but I don't care about my scales because I only care about getting more of these. And I can take good and a very low dominion, so I could potentially benefit from having other people's dominion, which won't be as bad as mine. So now, okay, so, oh right, yeah, that's right. Because my pretender is awakened, so my two are not that strong yet. But you know, they're still fairly tanky, and you know, they're free. So even if I lose a couple, it's not like they're expendable. So even if they hold up some infantry for a turn or something, it's still worth it. So now I've got 6 guys, so I'm making 6 tomb worms per turn, and each one is like a, you know, a sacred Jotun, basically, but they're undead. So I think what I'll do is I'll keep playing until I get my my god wakes up, and just to show you how absolutely bonkers it becomes, which should be soon. Let's get more tomb worms. Get these shooting guys in here. Split these. They're not mindless, so they can run away, but they have 30 morale, which is a very large amount. It's like the same amount as, you know, like archdevils and unique, basically big unique fat summons. Can't forget to do some. So you see, even though I'm well, actually no, my expansion's awful, but that's perfectly fine because I have these overpowered tomb worms. So I lost some tomb worms, but don't care. Go kill those. So I lost 7 tomb worms, but I've produced 9. So I'm just gonna keep making more. Eventually, maybe I'll make a fortress here. What I'll probably do is go like boom, 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 and loop back to build some infrastructure in that fort. So with this build, by the time other players discover me, if they don't attack me immediately and win, and they have to siege down my castle as I'm producing tomb worms in it, and the castle it's a 1500 you know, castle, so it's not easy to break it at that early on in the game. I'm making more and more and more tomb worms, and then I break out, and I don't know, there's nothing in the game that I'm aware of that you know, that kills tomb worms efficiently. If there is something, then yeah, I guess leave a comment and tell me about it. Because I'm facing C'tis in another game, and I need to know how to beat them without, you know, having an unreasonable amount of resources or resorting to having to rely on assassinations or something. So build a temple. I'll build a lab. Here we are. So here's my super duper pretender. And he's just gonna walk around and pick up. So now that I've got my pretender, I can actually probably, let's just see, can I beat this entire stack with, no, I probably can't. I'm just gonna grab another bunch of tomb worms, and then because it would get surrounded, and then I'll take it. They'll get surrounded by the enemy. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that's not as many as I would like, but it should still be enough. And here I'm just gonna build, spam those guys. And I guess this guy here should build me another fort. Oh, look at that. 2 magic sites. Right, so after this battle I'm gonna stop this this video. But I'll just show the battle just to demonstrate how ridiculous the snakes are. And hopefully I don't have like cavalry running around. I hope these guys summon some fire elementals, but I guess they probably won't because their man's too low. So this is what the snakes look like after they're buffed. So they regenerate, they cause fear, and there's 2 per tile. They all resist physical resistance. They have blood vengeance. Yeah, and their stats are pretty damn big, like 23. And you can combine them with Choice Blast. Oh, fire elementals. How many tomb worms did I lose? Oh, look at that, I didn't lose any. So, and this is turn 16. So turn 16, I already have a stack of these pretty much, you know, 9 invincible tomb worms. I'm making more every turn. I've got no shortage of gold because I don't use any. Oh, look at that. My tomb worms get fire resistance. And so that's 4, that's 5, 20, 22 tomb worms per turn. So, I don't know why Winter made this nation so ridiculous. I've made a mod to nerf them, and I'm only gonna play, if I'm playing late age game and they're, you know, late age this is not nerfed, then it's just gonna be a stupid game. I think like that is game breakingly overpowered, I think. But I am playing a Disciples game, and everybody's in teams of 3 except for me. I'm by myself, so I'm kind of gonna be role playing as a necromancer tower. So that could be pretty fun. You know, any war that I get into, and I mean, I'm not gonna do diplomacy with anybody. I think. So that will be kind of interesting. Yep. So I'm gonna make a video series on that, and I hope you join me. Thank you. Bye.